Hey y'all, it's Shida D from SHIDA'S here with 10 tips you need to know in order to have the best long haul flight ever. Okay, let's get right into this. First tip, most important, charge all your electronic devices. Okay, I know, you're telling me like, of course, why wouldn't I charge my devices? I'm not stupid. You're gonna get to the airport, it's gonna happen to you, you're gonna be ready, you're gonna be charged, there's gonna be a delay, you're gonna be on your phone while your flight is delayed for 2 hours, talking shit about the airline, texting your friend, telling your mom you're not gonna arrive when you think you're going to, and then when you get on your plane, you're gonna realize you don't have as much juice as you did. All right, the answer to that is to always carry a personal charger with you. I carry mine. I don't like plugging into the ports, the power ports, the USB power ports at airports, because I know they can use those to steal your information, and I'm just generally paranoid. So the only thing I ever charge with those is I use them to charge my own personal power pod. So if I'm running low on juice in that, I power it up. The next tip is to make sure those devices you have that are fully charged are loaded up with all of the entertainment you're gonna want. Okay, so again, why do I need to do this, Roshida? I'm on a long haul flight. I am crossing an ocean. I don't need this. I mean, there's a screen right there on the back of my chair, or the back of the chair in front of me. You know what I mean. How many times have you gotten on a plane and heard one person on the plane complain that their entertainment screen wasn't working? Do you want to be the one who doesn't have any entertainment on a 17-hour flight because you assumed your seatback entertainment center would work? Now you don't have a book, you don't have a movie to watch. All you can do is sleep and watch your neighbor's screen. And trust me, you're gonna be watching your neighbor's screen like, what are they watching? What is going on? What are they doing? And that really sucks. Tip number 3, wear comfortable clothes. You're gonna wanna wear comfortable clothes. I know everyone is like, I have to look cute at the airport. Actually, I feel like there are two schools of thought for airports. One is sweats, and the other is like, I have to put on like my fanciest clothes and get to the airport. Maybe go short of pajamas, but like, be comfortable, because on a long haul flight, the last thing you want to do is be like wrapped up in tight clothes that like don't let you expand when you eat that meal, because you got to eat that meal. And then also, I know you can get kind of gassy on planes. You don't want to be like gassy and in tight clothes or uncomfortable, and make yourself as comfortable as possible. This flight most likely isn't going to be comfortable, so you're going to want everything else to be. Next, and I think this is tip number 4, and one of the most important ones to me, pack antibacterial wipes. You've seen the videos. You've seen people using their feet on the entertainment screens we just talked about. If that entertainment screen is working and you're gonna use it, you're gonna try to use it even if it isn't working. We already know. You're gonna try to get it to work. Imagine if someone's foot was just on it, just pressing it and doing things, and people are nasty. So I always do my Naomi Campbell wipe down. I wipe down the screens, I wipe down the seats, I wipe down the armrest for me and my neighbor if I have one, wiping down the seat, I'm wiping down everything, because humans. No, thank you. All right. Tip number 5, bring your own snacks and bring your own water. If you're anything like me, you don't want to eat on someone else's schedule. You want to eat when you want to eat. And there's nothing worse than being hungry and seeing the cart start on the opposite end of the plane than you're on. Say you're in the back of the plane and the cart is starting at the front, and you're watching them slowly, row by row, and this process is taking like 30 minutes, and you are hungry and you have nothing to do but smell the food in the cabin. Bring your snacks, eat whenever you want to. Bring your own water. Bring an empty water bottle and fill it in the airport before you get on the plane. Don't be reliant on the plane for food. If you have any food allergies, relying on the plane to feed you is not usually a good bet, because they don't usually have good choices. I asked for a gluten-free breakfast on a plane. I was in first class. They were serving breakfast. I'd already requested gluten-free. And they brought me, well, I should back up. The stewardess came out and said, "I'm sorry," before anything else. And I was like, she's apologizing before anything. What's happening? The stewardess said, "I'm sorry," and handed me an apple and a mint. My gluten-free breakfast was an apple and a breath mint. But I had snacks, so I was cool. I was like, you know what, it's fine. I can eat your apple, I cannot eat your apple, it doesn't matter, because I got all the goodies I need right here. If you don't want to end up with an apple and a mint, bring your own snacks too. Tip number 6 is take aspirin. Aspirin can reduce the likelihood that you get a blood clot because aspirin is a blood thinner. Hey, I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Talk to your own doctor. I take aspirin because I have read that it can have some benefits. You do you. But I also wear compression socks, which is tip number 7, to prevent any blood clots from forming from the blood that pools in your legs. Now that can be really dangerous and it's something that can kill you. I'm not here to scare you, but it is something that happens to people. And so since right before I turned 40, I started wearing compression socks all the time whenever I travel, if it's a flight over like 2 or 3 hours. These next few tips are about how to sleep on a plane. I have a really hard time sleeping on planes. I know for some people it's super easy, you just doze right off and you're gone before the airplane even takes off. For me, there are people, there are sounds, there's all this stuff going on. I can't sleep, I can't. So I take sleeping pills, which, duh. But in order to take sleeping pills on a plane, you have to bring sleeping pills with you. So this is my tip to you before you get on your long haul flight, is to pack sleeping pills, because you never know when you're gonna need it. Especially if you're trying to adjust to the time zone that you're going to, not the time zone you're in, which is really recommended for avoiding jet lag, is to adjust as quickly as possible and to sleep on the schedule of the place you're going. Sleeping pills can really help with that. The other thing that helps me sleep on flights is an eye mask. I can't do anything without an eye mask. I sleep in my own bed at home with an eye mask on because I need it to be pitch black. And that pitch black helps me. My last tip for sleeping, I've got the sleeping pills. I've got the eye mask. Noise canceling headphones. Now, they help with sleeping. I can actually sleep. I have Bose ones and they're big, but I can sleep with them in. Another thing that they come in handy for is not hearing your neighbors. So the last long flight I was on, I fell asleep and I woke up and the woman next to me was like, "Oh my God, it was awful." And I was like, "What was awful?" Apparently the people in front of us, they'd been drunk when I went to sleep, but apparently they either became more drunk while I was sleeping or more belligerent. I really don't know, because I had my noise canceling headphones on and I didn't hear any of it. Apparently there was yelling, there was drama. Noise canceling headphones, lock them out, lock them. Eye mask. You will sleep well, you will wake up adjusted, you will avoid jet lag, life will be great. Take my advice. Also, these are things other people do that I don't do. Bring a blanket. I use an airline blanket. I know it's probably full of other people's, but I'm not gonna bring a blanket. Sometimes I usually bring a big scarf, which I can wrap around myself, but I'll use the blanket on my legs. I like, I'm a shorter person. I like putting my carry-on bag closer to my seat so my feet can rest on it, and then having a blanket over my legs, a scarf wrapped around me, eye mask, headphones. Wake me up when that food cart comes and I'm good. All right, oh yeah, and earplugs. People like earplugs. Earplugs never work for me. I don't know if it's the shape of my ears. They just feel more annoying than anything else. So that is my advice to you. Those are my 10 tips for how to get the best, most comfortable long haul flight ever. You're gonna get some sleep, you're gonna be well fed, you're gonna wake up in a good mood, you're gonna wake up comfortable. Oh, I didn't mention this. If you can, bring a change of clothes with you so that you can change somewhere on your journey, especially if you have a long layover. Just new underwear, especially if you can get into a lounge and get a shower. We'll talk about that in another video, getting into lounges. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.